If you feel tired all the time, crave sweets like crazy, or notice that stubborn belly fat just won't go away no matter what you do, you might be dealing with insulin resistance, and you probably don't even know it. But don't worry, I'm going to break it all down for you in the simplest way possible. We'll talk about what insulin resistance is, the symptoms you should watch for, and most importantly, how to replace sugar with healthier alternatives that won't spike your blood sugar. And trust me, you do not have to give up sweetness. There are amazing sugar swaps that taste just as good without the health risks. Make sure you're subscribed and stay with me until the end because I'll show you how to use these sweeteners in real life, from coffee and tea to baking and desserts. You won't want to miss it. Alright, let's get started. Okay, imagine your body is a house, and you have a special key to unlock the doors and let in energy. That key is called insulin, a hormone your body makes to help sugar glucose get into your cells, where it's used as energy. But when you eat too much sugar and refined carbs for too long, your body starts ignoring insulin. It's like your key is getting rusty. The doors won't open easily anymore, so sugar stays in your blood. At first, your body makes more and more insulin to force the doors open, but over time, it stops working, and that's when you get insulin resistance. And the worst part, high insulin levels make you store more fat, especially around your belly. So, how do you know if you have insulin resistance? Here are some red flags to watch out for. 1. Constant sugar cravings. You eat, but you still feel like grabbing a cookie or something sweet. 2. Fatigue after meals. Do you feel super tired after eating? That's because sugar is messing with your energy levels. 3. Unwanted weight gain, especially around the belly. No matter what you do, the weight just won't budge. 4. Frequent hunger. You just ate, but you're starving again an hour later. 5. Brain fog and difficulty concentrating. Ever feel like your brain just isn't working? Sugar is the culprit. 6. Dark patches on your skin. Look at your neck, armpits, or elbows. If you see dark, velvety skin, it could be a sign of insulin resistance. 7. Polycystic ovary syndrome or irregular periods. Ladies, insulin resistance is a huge cause of hormonal imbalances. 8. High blood pressure and cholesterol. Not just a sugar problem, your heart is at risk too. If you have 3 or more of these symptoms, it's time to start making changes, and that's exactly what we're going to do next. Every time you eat sugar, your blood sugar levels spike, forcing your pancreas to pump out more insulin. Over time, this constant cycle damages your metabolism, making insulin resistance worse. And here's the scary part. Insulin resistance is the #1 road to type 2 diabetes. It also causes weight gain, inflammation, and even Alzheimer's. But the good news? You can reverse it just by changing what you eat. Let's talk about the best natural sweeteners that taste great without messing up your blood sugar. First up, stevia. The king of natural sweeteners. This stuff is 100% natural and comes from a plant, which is already a win. The best part? It has 0 calories and 0 effect on blood sugar. That means you can enjoy sweetness without worrying about insulin spikes. It's perfect for coffee, tea, smoothies, and even desserts. But here's the catch. Some store-bought stevia products sneak in added sugar or chemicals, like maltodextrin. So always check the label and go for pure stevia extract or pure stevia powder. Now, let's talk about monk fruit. The best tasting sugar swap. This sweetener comes from a small fruit grown in China, and the crazy thing is, it's super sweet but has absolutely no sugar and won't spike your insulin. That makes it an amazing alternative for baking, drinks, or anything where you want that real sugar-like taste without the downsides. And here's a pro tip. If you want it to taste even closer to sugar, get monk fruit mixed with erythritol. It's a game changer. Speaking of erythritol, let's get into that one. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol, but don't let that name scare you, it won't spike your blood sugar at all. It's about 70% as sweet as regular sugar, so you get that nice sweetness without the insulin response. Plus, it works perfectly in baking, think brownies, cookies, cakes, you name it. But here's a little warning, don't overdo it. Too much erythritol at once can cause bloating, so start slow and see how your body reacts. And finally, we have allulose, the sugar that acts more like fiber. This one's a rare sugar found in foods like figs and raisins, and it's super low calorie with no impact on blood sugar, but what makes it really special is that it actually behaves like sugar when you cook with it, meaning it's perfect for caramelizing and making sauces or desserts. And get this, some studies suggest it may even help improve insulin sensitivity, so it's not just neutral, it might actually be good for you. Honey and maple syrup, are they okay? Now, you might be wondering, what about honey and maple syrup? They're natural, right? Yes, but they still raise blood sugar. If you have insulin resistance, use them sparingly, only in tiny amounts and not daily. Challenge: try switching to these for 1 week and see how you feel. How to use these sweeteners in real life. For drinks, stevia or monk fruit for coffee, tea, and smoothies. For baking, erythritol or allulose for cookies and cakes. For cooking, monk fruit or a tiny bit of honey for sauces. Here is a delicious and healthy recipe you'll want to try, perfect for satisfying your sweet cravings without the sugar spike. We're making sugar-free almond flour cookies, a healthy and delicious treat. For this recipe, we will need 1½ cups of almond flour, 1/4 cup of erythritol or allulose, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of melted butter or coconut oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 egg. First, preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and line a baking sheet with parchment paper. In a bowl, mix the almond flour, erythritol or allulose, baking soda, and salt. Then add the melted butter, vanilla, and egg, and mix everything until a dough forms. Scoop small portions onto the baking sheet, flatten them slightly, and bake for about 10 to 12 minutes until they turn golden brown. Let them cool before enjoying. Insulin resistance is reversible, but it starts with what you put on your plate. Ditch sugar, swap it for these alternatives, and watch your energy improve. Which sweetener are you going to try first? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this helpful, give this video a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Let's take control of our health, one sweet swap at a time.